Cookies. Hey Nord Anglia students, thank you so much for accepting this challenge and bringing your best, most creative ideas. You, with your ideas, have thought about the future, how we can make products more sustainable, how we can be closer to what we design, how we use, and this is just the start. This is amazing. So many creative ideas, different approaches, different contexts, different kinds of products. I see a robot sorting trash between a landfill bin and a recycling bin with a camera that can see the trash and decide what's what. And it'd be very, very MIT to have robots sorting the trash. You hand your trash to the robot and it figures things out. I could spend all day looking through this.
Hey, we have a sign, a wooden toothbrush called Woody the Toothbrush. This wood is made out of chopsticks, of course, and it's recyclable because we just take off the toothbrush and then we stick it all over again.
Amazing idea. Like, why isn't a toothbrush handle made out of wood? Why do we have to make it out of plastic? Wood is durable, natural, recyclable. Combining the toothbrush with chopsticks. If you eat your food with chopsticks, you'll never forget to brush your teeth if the toothbrush is attached to the chopsticks. How good is that? Now we have algae-based bags. Instead of making grocery bags out of plastic, make them out of algae. And I see two big things there. One is instead of extracting the plastic from oil and molding it and shipping it, you could grow the bags. And then when you're done with the bag, maybe you just put it in the trash and it degrades, or maybe it has things in it that help degrade the other materials. That would be really, really amazing. Very creative idea, thinking full circle, using the natural world to help us become more sustainable. Lots of you chose to think about cosmetics and makeup for your challenge. Let's look at a few of those. This one's about lip gloss. Sparkling lips. There's travel size, there's normal size, and there's chapstick. Really important, especially in Boston. Cold winters, definitely need chapstick. Royalty makeup. Love how you're thinking about the materials, thinking about the supply chain, the closed loop. The tube made out of sea glass, wow. So another example of biomanufacturing. So that's the term we sometimes use for using biology to help us manufacture. So just like growing the plastic bags, biomanufacturing. Let's watch a video.
Hello, Dr. Hart. We are fellow grade 6 students from America.
You know my name.
Today we are talking about our project Stud Air.
Normal football shoes played on AstroTurf would make you slide, and buying 2 football shoes for AstroTurf and 1 for real grass is expensive.
Firstly, the materials are measured and cut to size needed, and then the fabric are stitched together. Then
Thinking about the process, the size, the shape, the fit, the steps.
This is the normal shoe, but if you want to play on AstroTurf grass, then you just put this back on.
I love it. I'm sold. That was great because I heard about how to use available things to create a new kind of product. So using insoles to go on the bottom of a shoe to make it multifunctional. And hey, why do we need 2 pairs of shoes if one can serve both purposes? I probably pointed out my 3D printed shoes before, or shoes with 3D printed midsoles. So maybe there's a future of 3D printing for modular shoes like that. Thank you. Whoa.
You may not believe me when I say that one of the things that we use the most in our day-to-day life is one of the biggest environmental threats ever. Have you guessed it? The answer is phones, one of the most used devices in the world these days. You might think that lithium is a reliable source of energy since it powers most of our devices. But the mining and processing and disposal of lithium is a major environmental hazard. This is why we have focused on replacing lithium batteries with a new and sustainable way of powering our devices.
And it is called the sunflower charger because the solar panels rotate in the direction of the sun.
This one made me think about like how I charge my phone. I typically charge it every night when I go to bed and it just sits there and it figures out it does its thing and I wake up in the morning and it's all good. But there could be a different way. The fantastic research also, you probably learned about different types of batteries. If we want to use more batteries in replacement of coal and natural gas, we need to electrify supply chains. That requires a lot of batteries. The elements in those batteries are sometimes difficult to find. And so there's research here at MIT and elsewhere around the world figuring out how to mine these elements more sustainably. Isn't that wild? The ideas you came up with are very possible. And I hope you continue to learn about the world around you and think about how new ideas can be brought into practice, from design to manufacturing to changing how people live and work, because that's what's needed for us to band together and make the world more sustainable and do so at scale.
Cheers.